Happy Monday, everybody. We had an amazing wheat trade and we made almost 8% profit on wheat trade on Friday. If you watch my channel, I told you wheat was in buy zone. These green lines are the buy zones, red lines are the sell zones, and wheat gave us all Friday a lot of opportunity to buy on the tags of these green lines. And wheat is the ETF. It was up 7.2% today. I sold with 7% profit as soon as we touch the sell zones on the red lines. I gave you all these levels on Friday, and if you traded with me, you would have made easy 7% profit in one day. And guys, if you're liking this channel, if you like these trades which I'm giving, please hit the like button. Only takes 1 second to hit the like. There's a thumb button, just click on it, share with your friends and family. All content is free, so all you can do is share with your friends and let them earn money as well. So those who are new, we'll start with quick trades setups for tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and then I will go through Bitcoin, Ethereum. Then I will review broader indices, S&P 500, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, US 2000, Hang Seng Index, and all the commodities, and then I will review all of the sectors of S&P 500, and I'll review tech stocks at the end, and that's how we will wrap up. And guys, also I'm planning to post member only video. There's a join button link on the description of this video. If you want to join, I'll be giving you these levels. I can give you levels in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening right before the trade, so you guys can know what levels to watch. I'll give you stocks which are in buy zone throughout the days, so those are only for people who will join my membership video. Okay, here is wheat. Right now we can, let's quickly look at levels for as soon as tomorrow, and these are futures. So this is S&P 500 futures. It's in a no trade zone, and Nasdaq is it was in the buy zone. It came to the buy zone touch right around 9:30. It was around 15,383 buy zone and then bounced right away. Now it's in the middle of no trade zone. So tomorrow these are the levels. If it falls below 15,364 and below, I'll be looking to buy. These trades are quick trades for day trading. So look to buy here and like look to sell here. So look to buy below 15,364 and look to sell above 15,582. Okay. Dow Jones nothing. US 2000 came very close to the buy zone. You can see here, and then it bounced. So now it's in the middle no trade zone. So let's quickly look at stocks which are in buy zone. So gold is in the buy zone. You can see here right near the buy zone here. So you should be looking to buy gold, gold ETF, GLD. Silver is still a bit away from buy zone, so stay away from silver. I think it can go dip below 24. That will be a good area to buy. Crude oil massive pump today. Now it's in the sell zone. Ideally, I would be looking to buy inverse ETF or short crude oil here. Bitcoin is in the buy zone. You can see it fell today below third standard deviation and it bounced rapidly. Again, it fell. So it's developing these divergences. So if I zoom in a bit, you can see it's developing these divergence, new low, and with higher momentum on PPO and higher momentum on RSI. You can see this was oversold here, and then these are higher momentum. So now it's in the perfect buy zone. You should be looking to buy Bitcoin here. Ethereum also in the buy zone, looking to buy Ethereum here. Look to sell above 1872. Bitcoin look to sell above 29,677 as of now. Copper, let's quickly see. Copper came close to the buy zone. You can see it was in the buy zone this morning and then bounced. Now it's in the sell zone, yes to sell zone. Palladium in the middle, no trades here. All these commodities jumped higher. Corn was also in the buy zone and now it's jumping. On Friday it was in the buy zone. Soya beans in the sell zone. Sugar in the sell zone. So no trades here. Let's quickly look at triple Qs. Those who like the ETF, you can see it tagged here this morning around 950 in the buy zone, around 374, and now still very close. There are multiple gaps. I'll show you quickly on a daily chart, but look at these levels for tomorrow. So 373.97 and below, look to buy. SPY in the middle, no trades here. You can take a snapshot of this level. Dow Jones is actually in the sell zone. IWM is in the middle, no trade zone. And gold miners are in the buy zone. You can see here gold miners anything below 31.18 look to buy. And same thing for junior gold miners is in the buy zone. Newmont is also, this is the biggest gold miner, very close to the buy zone. And gold, Barrick Gold is in the no trade zone. Commodities, all the sectors are in the no trade zone. Tesla bounced massively after touching close to third standard deviation. Today it came to the second standard deviation, bounced. Now it's in the no trade zone. Netflix is still very close to the buy zone. Um, let's quickly look at only red sectors. So Meta is in the buy zone, Amazon is in the buy zone, Snowflake's in the buy zone, NVDA a little bit higher, AMD also higher, no trades here. Let's see it in Intel, no trades here. Let's quickly look at Disney, no trades here. And let's see if anything else major drop. Zoom is in the buy zone, so this is a level to buy. Zoom is also sold off heavily all year, so this is a good trade. So around 69.37, look to buy Zoom. And let's see if there's anything else interesting here. I don't see anything else interesting. Hang Seng Index was in the buy zone this morning, and it massive bounce, guys. Look at this buy zone here. These are levels, a massive bounce in the middle of the day, and then it's here. Okay, guys, so these are the stocks that are in buy zone. If you have any particular stock, you can subscribe and you can give me stock names and I can put in the list here and I will show you the levels intraday and throughout the day. Okay, let's go to daily chart and let's go to other moving averages and let's review analysis from a daily perspective. And let's go to Bitcoin and let me zoom in. So I posted a short video this morning. You can see Bitcoin touched the level here. If I hide these EMA lines, you can see perfectly touch of this level. This is support here, support here, support here. And now a lot of resistance. This was like a Wyckoff distribution I showed you guys in a short video. Now it touched this first level here. I think there's still a little bit more downside. This list level here around 28,000. I think Bitcoin is most likely going to touch that. Fed meeting starts tomorrow, so Fed meeting minutes will be coming out on Wednesday. So if we have rate increases, then Bitcoin will sell off and probably going to find support around here. I do expect a bounce. I don't know if it's going to be here or maybe it will sell off a little bit more, but I do expect a new high after this bounce. So probably from here we're going to go to around 36,000, but one thing at a time. For now, let's just focus on this buy zone. So you should look to accumulate Bitcoin here. The other thing is, if I zoom in here, you can see green line cross below red line. So that's a bearish signal. Also, we have a green dot. So once we need to see a red dot, we need to see a green dot for a reversal. That means green line needs to go above red line, and I want to see a green line on a RSI. So once that happens, that means reversal is confirmed. So until that, there's bears taking control. So it's gonna be, I think, more lower prices are coming. Ethereum, same thing. Ethereum is right on this trend line. It needs to hold right here, right now. It's in this another trading range here. But as of now, looks like bears are in control. And until you see reversal, I think lower prices are coming for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just be mindful, guys, on Bitcoin. There is a long term. There is a gap around 20,160. I don't know when that's going to be filled, but eventually it will be filled. And on Ethereum, that gap is around 1428. Just be mindful of that. I think short term we are expecting a bounce because this is a bullish chart, and I do think this is going to be a great buying opportunity. Okay, guys, that's it for crypto, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. Now I'm going to go through broader indices. Let's quickly look at S&P 500. Let me find SPY here. So you can see SPY, this is daily chart. Again, indecision candle. This was a top candle. This is indecision candle. I do expect a little bit weakness. S&P factor 500 is held stronger by other sectors other than tech. You can see financials was strong, real estate was strong, and energy sector was strong. Although healthcare and utilities were a bit weak, but financials are another biggest sector, second biggest sector, and that was really strong. That held S&P 500 really well. And I do expect a little bit more weakness. There are multiple gaps here, so I don't know, maybe Fed's meeting later on this week will trigger the sell-off. We'll see, but this is a trend line and you can see these gaps. At minimum, I'm looking for 443 before a bounce to new all-time high and then eventually come down later on in October to fill this gap at 420. That's my immediate projection. And there's a gap down, let's see 1 hour chart. you can see there's a gap here. Still that will be filled. I don't know when. There's another gap here at the bottom, 373, third gap here, 368. I think eventually we're not going to go straight down on Nasdaq eventually, but eventually we're going to come down and fill this gap. That will be my target around 354, and from today's close to that target, it's going to be around 5%. And also you can see same thing here. You can see we have divergence on Nasdaq, and then you can see even RSI has a divergence. And with the crossover now happening over here, green line is below red line, and I got a red dot as well. So I think we are most likely going lower here. And yeah, this is the projection for now. Dow Jones, another new highs. So basically keeps going higher and higher. I don't see any divergence here, so that's a very bullish chart. However, there is a gap. That's what we need to be remembering. There's a gap here, there's a gap here, there's a gap here. Also, you can see on 1 hour chart we started to show a little bit divergence. So I think the rally is about to end soon. You can see we made a new high here on 1 hour chart with divergence on PPO, and same thing on RSI, and we got a red dot on shorter time frame, so be very careful. IWM, same thing, new highs with divergences happening here. You can see divergence on PPO and also divergence on RSI. You can see here, and it's very oversold in the morning. And let's go to daily chart. You can see this gap here, so I think we can most likely go and fill this gap around 190 before going higher. And also there's this trend line, so be aware of this trend line as well. Let's quickly look at other sectors. Hang Seng Index, you can see basically let's bring in moving averages. It massive bounce today from all of a sudden no reason for a bounce, but now it's above these 50 SMA, and just below this 50 EMA, just below 200 EMA as well. So until this is a very good recovery, but I want to see another close above this 250 SMA red line tomorrow for a plan for another rip higher. So I'll keep an eye on that. Natural gas looking bullish, and it's by the dip. It was down almost 0.8% today. And if I go to 1 minute, I'll show you later. But you can see it's holding very nicely this trend line, so look to buy all the dips. Gold finding resistance right where it should be. Ideally, I would like this gap to be filled. I don't know if that will happen, but let's see. Maybe Fed later this week, like tomorrow, day after, they have a bearish news, and then if they increase rates, then that's going to be a very good buying opportunity for gold. And for some reason, if we come here around 1870, that's your once in a lifetime opportunity before we go and hit a new all-time highs. Silver will just follow gold. This is this trend line. Just keep an eye on that. Crude oil, massive bounce. It's above this, now above this 200 EMA and 200 SMA. So this looks very bullish now. So now we need one more close above this 200 EMA around 77, so that's going to be very good. But on a flip side, that's concerning because higher prices in crude will bring inflation higher and Feds will increase rates, so we got to be very careful before celebrating. But this is good for energy sector, which has been down, which we will review shortly, which is down not heavily, but it's lagging compared to other tech stocks. And bonds basically buy the dip. You can see this is the buy zone, very close to the buy zone. TLT is something you can buy. Dollar, I'm looking for it to fail right here right now. If dollar does not fail, then if it breaks out, that's going to be very bearish for gold and other tech stocks. So keep an eye. Copper is in the buy range here. You can see again in the buy zone. CPER is the ETF. Palladium going down in bullish falling wedge, broke out here. Let me hide these so you can see it very nicely. Broke out of this wedge and now back testing. This is where you need to buy before it's going to rip higher later on. And we covered wheat. Wheat is looking very bullish. Basically, by the dip, we've bought it very nicely. And I want to show you something. It's now, sorry, let me bring this back. It's now, look at this candle, guys. This above this 200 EMA, very, very bullish. Wheat is looking very bullish. Any dips you get, you should be looking to buy. I think it's going to go to new all-time highs eventually. Corn, again, very bullish close. It's above this. You can see my projection. I said buy the dip. It came very close to the buying it here, and now it's looking bullish. It's above this 250 daily SMA. Corn has ways to go, and it's looking really bullish. Soya beans, new highs. new highs, but no divergence on PPO. That's good sign. Little bit divergence on RSI, but nothing changed here. It's by the dip. Sugar, let's see if it closed. Yeah, very good close, guys. You can see it closed above this trend line. If I hide this here, you can see very nicely it went below, back tested it again, took some energy. Now it's closed above, slightly closed below, but if I bring my moving averages here, you can see it's above this 50 SMA line, which is very good sign. So looks like sugar is ready to go to new all-time high. So any dips on sugar you should be looking to buy. Let's quickly see what else is here. Gold miners, GDX. You can see I'm projecting a little bit more weakness if gold goes down, else this is also by the dip. So gold miners are going to see a new all-time high. So any dips in gold miner, this is a trend line. It's holding nicely. Any dips, there's a gap here. Just remember there's a gap around 30.24. If you get more dip, look to buy this gold miners GDX. XLE going higher and higher on a gap up, but oil is looking bullish, but eventually there are multiple gaps, they will be filled. So you wanna not get bullish here, you wanna get bullish when things are going down at here. So if we get this gap fill, I don't know if we will. If we do, then look to buy. XLV just consolidating after a huge pump, just consolidating, and there's a gap here, so I think it wants to fill that gap around 137.82 before going lower. So keep an eye on XLV, looking very bullish. Utilities also, there's a gap. I think it wants to go there. There's this trend line. Any dips, buy the dip on utilities. Industrial sector, just remember there's a gap here. We got slight crossover between green and red line, and there's divergence on RSI. So be careful if you're in profit. This is a new high, so look to take profits. XLRE looking good, very bullish close today. It's above all these moving averages, looking really nice. Nice bull trend here. Looks like it wants to go and fill this gap from here before going down. XLF, very strong close, almost 1% up. But just be mindful, any weakness will bring a plunge, and these trend line here, so it's by the dip XLF as well. Tesla daily chart, massive gap. It's not going to go straight down, so good strong close, but it looks like a back test. It was not able to close above this 20 EMA. You can see white line is 20 EMA. Looks like it broke down, back test before we go down. Multiple gaps, all these green lines are the gaps to fill, so I think more weakness. And also this trend line here, this white trend line, so which is around 216, 221. That's what my target would be on Tesla. Netflix going down, bearish crossover here, green red dot here. Also this trend line, so there's another gap right below here around 409.78, but I will be looking to buy on this trend line. Google earnings next tomorrow, I think. Let's see, tomorrow end of day. So yeah, it's a gamble before earnings. It can go either way. Just remember there are gaps to the downside, multiple gaps. So if on earnings we open on this gap, look to buy it, and that's my target. This is a big gap, so from today's close, that's around 7% down. So who knows? Let's see if we open here on earnings on this gap. That would be a good area to buy. Apple still away from earnings, 3rd August, but it's bearish rising wedge with divergence on PPO and RSI. Also, you can see here another divergence here. You can see we made a new high here with divergence, so that's a bearish setup. And also if I zoom out, you can see this trend line, white line. You can see this is the trend line, and let's see, maybe I think that will be a good target. You can see all these green lines are the gaps to fill, so there's a lot of downside available on Apple. So if you're in profit, look to take profit. Sorry, if you're in profit, look to exit and be on cash. Microsoft, many gaps here. You can see all these green lines and trend line. There's a massive gap here around 315, another massive gap here around 276. All these gaps 90% of the times filled, so I think most likely one of these two gaps will be filled, so be very careful. Meta looks like breaking down. You can see this trend line, now it's breaking down. First gap coming here around 282. There's another gap here around 220, 233, and then there's massive gap around 208. Be very careful on Facebook, guys. Also, here is a divergence on PPO and RSI. That's telling me there's lower prices coming. Amazon again coming very close to the trend line. So again, a lot of gaps to the downside. Snowflakes fill this gap, but I'm not bullish on Snowflakes. I'm looking for lower prices. NVDA, all these gaps still did not fill this gap around 439.48. Look at all these gaps to fill, and this stock is trading almost 250 times earnings. So this is just a joke, guys, AI joke. And this is AMD. Looking for, there's a gap to the upside and there's multiple gaps to the downside. So looking for more weakness on AMD as well. And let me see if there's anything else, guys. I think that's a good area. We covered a lot of topics today. And if you're still here, please hit the like button on your way out. And I will really appreciate sharing with your friends and family. If you're making money, if you don't want to join, that's fine. There's a PayPal link. If you want to thank me, you can donate. I will really appreciate all donation. Again, guys, have a great day and great rest of your evening. Bye.